What's going on, guys? So it is a very wet, chilly, and cold day out here at the Forest River Dealer Show. So I am in Elkhart, Indiana at the Forest River RV Dealer Show, and there's a lot of other shows going on around here right now, but this specific one is being hosted by Forest River, and it's a pretty massive show. So it's definitely going to be a lot of RVs to walk through. I'm going to try to point out specific RVs that are new, that you may not have seen before, that are unique, have some unique characteristics, and I think you're going to like this. I'm going to be here for a while, filming quite a few RVs, so you're going to have a lot of RV content for the next several, possibly weeks. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to start off over here in the Coachmen, Brookstone, and Chaparral area. This is the fifth wheel lineup from Coachmen. And you guys know I have a pretty phenomenal relationship with these guys because they built my Brookstone, which is a 398 MBL. So that specific unit was a collaboration between Coachmen fifth wheels and Big Truck Big RV. And you guys probably remember my good friend Dave Hofer over here. This guy is super awesome. He's been on the channel a lot of times.
You're too kind.
You really have. But the reality is you guys build very, very well built, very well equipped RVs with a focus on chassis components, suspension, tires, wheels, all the things that really matter to me, but not skimping out on the interiors.
Correct.
You know, the interiors, I'm going to be honest, they may not be as flashy as, say, a Riverstone, but they are really luxurious. You guys build some absolutely amazing floor plans, and we're going to take a look at some of their new floor plans today, specifically, and first and foremost, this one right here, which is a brand new Brookstone floor plan that I think you're really going to enjoy.
Okay, so what we've done, JD, we've taken a lot of the feedback from your viewers from the channel, and we've gone through and specifically updated items that customers, you know, the feedback that they wanted to see in our units. So this new unit is out of the Brookstone series. It's the 352 RLD. I don't know if you want to take a look at the specifications.
Yeah, let's look at the numbers. So again, 352 RLD. This thing has a gross vehicle weight rating of 15,000 pounds, so it's not terribly heavy, especially considering how large it is. A dry weight of 12,428 pounds. A cargo carrying capacity respectable 2,572 pounds. Twin 7,000 pound axles, and it rides on 16-inch G-rated tires. Here's all your tank specs, but I usually don't list that stuff because you can find it relatively easily on their website. And then it has a total length of 42 feet 2 inches long. So it is a long RV, and it's very tall and it's very wide. It's full profile. In my opinion, this is something I would really only tow behind a dually. I know that there's plenty of other trucks with payload capacities and towing capacities, but I love the stability a dually offers you whenever you're towing a large fifth wheel like this. All that being said, there are so many improvements and updates that you guys have done based on not just the collaboration we had, but just other things that just made sense. Like, I'm going to try to nail a couple of them, and you tell me if I'm on the right page.
Sure.
So, dual-sided ASDEL now.
Absolutely.
So this is huge. So everyone probably knows Coachmen has ASDEL on all of their units. But what's unique now is that they put ASDEL on the interior wall.
And that's across the board for all products. So whether it's a Chaparral Light, Mid-Profile, X Edition, or Brookstone, they all have ASDEL inside and out now.
That's awesome. And for Coachmen to now include that, and did that raise the price of the unit at all?
So obviously we've all been dealing with price increases from vendors. Customers have seen that. It's just a fact of today's economy. But what we tried to do this year is get really aggressive. What some brands may have done is decontent product. We went the opposite direction. So we've had no price increases with this model iteration change that we're seeing at Expo. And we've added items like second ACs standard, third AC options for even our Chaparral product.
Wait, stop. Yeah. So now you're saying that two ACs on a RV are standard.
And they're 15Ks now.
So two 15K units are standard with a third optional. Is it a 12.5 or 13.5 optional, or is it
15K across the board?
So everything you put on RVs now is 15K at your factory.
Correct. And it's dependent on the series.
Yeah,
in
of
a
course.
light product, a 30 RLS is an example, you don't need 3 ACs. So you won't even see an option for that product, but where it's applicable, you'll see that option across the board. So anything larger than a 336 TSI-K, if you're familiar with our lineup.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, you know, for folks that live up north, it may not be that big of a deal. Well, with some of the heat we've had, it might be. But down here in South Texas, or at least down where I live in South Texas and other areas of the South and the West, 3 ACs is a lifesaver.
It's huge.
You know, you always have that one guy that has like an 8,000 BTU air conditioning down in southern Florida, and they're like, hey, this thing freezes me out. But that's not the norm.
Right, and you're talking about construction, the insulation, the nuts and bolts of it. You know, the axles that we use, 7,000 pound Dexter axles on our larger products, G-rated tires, the road armor suspension with 1/2-inch thick shackles, wet bolts. That's standard across the board in all of our product lines. So 5-year warranties on the tires. You know, there's always concern over tires with RV tires. So we put a lot of emphasis where it really counts. You know, the longevity of the coach. With the Asdale product, you don't have to worry about delamination, mildew, rot, mold. There's so many advantages. The VOC levels on the interior of the coach by using Asdale drop significantly. So,
and you shave some weight too.
It does. So, our sidewalls are now pushing well over R15, just as an example too, because we're using a higher density closed cell foam on the interior of all of our products. That gives us structural rigidity, aluminum framing obviously on the inside there, but having the Asdale on the inside and the outside, you don't have to worry about a lot of the common issues that RV have, you know, you've seen in the RV industry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that's also really nice is other little things that people may not know. Like everyone thinks linoleum's linoleum, but you guys use Bowfloor now inside of your RVs, right?
For specific reasoning. And a lot of customers in your videos, that one of the most common items that they asked for was no carpet in the slides. Well, the particular linoleum that we were using at the time didn't fare well. So it's one of those things, we like to test products before we just throw them out to the public. So we went through a number of, we were actually prototyping that during your videos, but we couldn't talk about it. So it's just one of those things. That's another item that you'll have in all of the new products across the board. So no carpet in the slides.
Awesome. And of course, 12-inch main I-beam, 10-inch I-beam drop frame section right here gives you this huge storage.
Absolutely.
And before we go inside, I know everyone's itching to see the inside of this thing because there's a special feature that's right there that I'm going to show off here in a little bit. But if you guys remember in the video I did, I found all this extra space back behind this wall right here. And I called them and I told them about it. And oftentimes during the construction of RVs, this is just an area that it's overlooked only because a lot of people don't think it matters. But I'm like, you know what? RVers care. They want every inch of space that they can get, especially if you have the cargo capacity for it. Look what they did here. They opened up this entire area right here. Before, the wall would run from here right to this edge right here. Now, look how much it's been kicked back there. Probably almost 2 feet. It gives you this huge cavernous like storage area underneath.
So another item as you're down here, if you look up, JD, obviously you'll notice the support in the upper deck here, and your welds all the way across the tubes on both sides. Look at the radiant barrier here. That's the material, that's part of our Weather Shield Plus package. So that's everywhere inside all of our products, whether it's a light, mid-profile, X Edition, it's in the underbelly. It's all the way over the top of the roof. The slide outs are encapsulated in that material as well. So that reflects 97% of UV rays away from the campers. So that's one of those items, you can't see it, you can't feel it necessarily and touch it. Customers don't realize it's there, but it's in all of our products across the board.
Well, and what's also interesting about that is the fact that you didn't need to put it there. A lot of people would never know if it's not there. A lot of manufacturers have actually started not putting it there as a cost savings.
A lot of manufacturers have taken away their bumpers on the back of the campers. We've left the bumpers. We felt, you know, I don't know about you, but backing up a 40-foot coach, knock on wood, I've not damaged one yet, but I like the extra security that it gives.
Absolutely, and it gives you the storage for your sewer hose, stuff like that. Absolutely. So a lot of times what you'll see is people, they want to reduce costs, or manufacturers want to reduce costs, so they'll remove the bumper, but then they'll start advertising and bragging about the sewer hose carrier that they've installed on the bottom. Right. The reason they've done that is because you no longer have a bumper if you want to throw your sewer hose in there.
Correct. Same thing with slide out mechanisms. Tried and true gear-driven slide mechanisms across the board for all of our products. The reason why we do that, JD, is we could go to a lighter weight, faster moving cable slide. The problem with that is you have issues with water intrusion in some circumstances. You also have the issue of the whole entire slide out. This is a heavy slide, okay? Got a lot of cabinetry. We've got an outside kitchen, outside storage. By the way, this is from your customer feedback, or from our customer feedback from your videos. But the reason for that is because this slide out is supported by the chassis. With the cable slide system, the weight of that slide, of that entire mechanism, is supported by the sidewall.
Yep.
So that's not where we want to put the stress on this unit. We want to keep it in the chassis where it's supposed to be.
And that's going to be the same for any of the RVs that you see with cable-driven slides, the Schwintek slide mechanisms. There's different flavors of slide mechanisms, but the only ones that support the actual slide using the frame of the RV, the actual I-beam of the RV, are going to be the gear-driven through-frame slide
And
mechanism.
we will use, to be clear, a Schwintek slide mechanism, but it's on a very light, non-weight-bearing
Yep.
slide.
You use them
We would
typically
never-
on the front or in a bedroom wardrobe
Correct.
slide.
Correct, absolutely. So do you want to check out the new 352?
I do, but you know what? We've spent so much time talking about all the cool things that you guys are doing at Coachmen. We're going to make another video out of that. This one's going to be kind of an introductory video. But guys, definitely hang tight for the next video because we're going to focus specifically on the floor plan of this unit. Sorry for the tease. We didn't mean to do it that way. But it was really important to at least know and set the tone for what all Coachmen, Brookstone, and most Coachmen Chaparral units are going to have just standard. You know, the tires, the suspension, a lot of the features like Asdel on both sides of the wall, 2 AC standard, 3
There's
optional.
A lot more on the inside
Yeah.
too.
So we're gonna make another video of a full tour of this so we can spend time just sharing that with you. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into producing these products, and if anything, they base it off of the feedback they get from you guys. They base it off of the collaborations. They base it off of the folks who are actually, you know, using these products. So that's always refreshing. Anyways, guys, we'll be back for the next video. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.